So welcome everybody, good morning. For those that don't know who I am, which are mostly the military people, my name is Nick Cavino, I'm the president of the Mass School of Professional Psychology. This is the second commissioning ceremony that we had, if that's okay to say, because we had a Marine who is one of our second-year students, third-year students now in the SID program, be commissioned as an ensign in the Navy a couple of months ago, and we're delighted to have your help today with the commissioning ceremony for Trey Tippens. This is a ceremony without real structure as I read about it. So it said, well, you can do everything from pass papers, and you can kind of do it in the mail, to having something that looks like The Officer and a Gentleman movie. So we tried to compromise and make this somewhere in the middle. To us, it's a very important day because this commissioning is to invite somebody to protect and defend the Constitution. That's what he'll be commissioned to do. But what is the case is we as a community, because we've had Trey Tippens for the last 3 years of his life as a master's degree student in our program and now in our doctoral program, and we're in a sense giving him to you as a part of our community. And this commissioning ceremony is a way of also saying that the commitment that he is making, as you folks have made, is not just to protect and defend the Constitution, which we know to be a piece of paper with admirable aspirations to it, but it's to protect and defend us. And so as these communities come together, it felt very important to us to be able to witness that, meaning to be present to that, so that this wasn't an exchange of papers. This was integration of communities for which we are grateful to your service, and we are very proud of this young man who is now becoming an officer in the Army. So Sergeant Cleary will give us a little bit. She had time to prepare her remarks, right? She's going to give it. It's not that kind of a school, so. We won't help you, Sergeant. If you want to come up and give a few words, whatever you want to say. These are not your notes. So you can't take them.
There's a lot of notes there. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming out today and supporting Norman Tippens and taking the next step on to bigger and better things. I actually came into contact with Norman, it was almost 2 years ago. I just came out on recruiting duty. I had no idea what I was doing. Got a phone call, said, hey, I'm interested in the HPSP for Clin Psych. You don't have an HPSP for Clin Psych. You don't? No. So he basically introduced me to the Clin Psych HPSP. I had no idea it even existed. So the way it started is kind of pretty much the way it progressed, and we learned about the process along the way. It was a thing that we did together. He was very patient. There were a lot of things that I didn't know. He kind of coached me along. I thought it should be the other way around, but like I said, he was my support. So we did it together. We're finally here. Just a little bit about the Clin Psych HPSP. It's a 201-year program, very competitive. Only the best of the best are going to get the scholarship, which is pretty much a good indication of why Norman Tippens was a recipient this year. I can't really say how valuable Norman's been to me over the last couple of years. He kept me grounded. This is probably the most important commissioning I'll do in my time as a recruiter. So it is really close to the heart. I'm very protective of this young man and making sure he's squared away and he's taken care of, and he goes on, you know, to do bigger and better things in the Army. So this morning, Major Ronald Cole is actually going to do the commissioning for Norman and get him back into the Army.
If I would, before we kind of do the whole swearing in ceremony, the commissioning is approved by the Department of Defense. The Department of the Army has the Secretary of Defense sign off on each officer's packet when it goes up to the higher authorities, signifying that he is who he say he is and he's legitimate stock. So basically, hearing the testimony of Sergeant Clary and the fact that you all are here, it shows his character and that he will be a true attribute to the Army. To follow on suit with what you said, sir, our worlds are parallel and we're not always in suit. So being a healthcare provider myself, I'm a nurse by trade. With some of our soldiers, they come back, they reintegrate back into our civilian society. So you all are just as important as he will be to us as those that are serving. So when they come out, they're part of the community as well. So we have a dual life that we live. We're in the suit and we're out of the suit as well. So based upon the situation that we're facing right now, you know, we're a country at war. There's a lot of psychological attributes that goes along with that event that we ignored in previous war situations that now is in the forefront now, and we're addressing those issues for our warriors as they come back. So it's very important that you all exist as well as that he's exists. But I'm here as an honor to be able to bring those two worlds together for him and swear him in. So now you're so important, you're going to take the same oath that our president takes. So all right, are we ready? All right, so say what you have. All right, raise your right hand. All right, repeat after me. I state your full name.
Norman Goff Tippens III.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support and defend.
That I will support and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
That I will bear true faith.
That I will bear true faith.
And allegiance to the same.
And allegiance to the same.
That I. Take this obligation.
Take this obligation.
Of my own free will.
Of my own free will.
And accord.
And accord.
Without any mental reservation.
Without any mental reservation.
Or purpose of evasion.
Or purpose of evasion.
That I.
Will
well and faithfully.
Will well and faithfully.
Discharge the duties.
Discharge the duties.
Of the office upon which I am about to enter.
Of the office of which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Still trying to get one of you. Now, with each new officer, you have to, the tradition is you have a silver dollar. And the silver dollar is given to the first enlisted soldier that salutes, because that would be his first salute. So they're rewarded with the first silver dollar, but that goes back into history and some tradition piece. And typically, I bring that silver dollar to give to him, but most officers are supposed to have their own, so that when he goes outside, one of them render the salute and get their money. But I will be sure that you get one from me since I commissioned you.
Thank you, sir.